Hi, I'm Jim Fitzgerald, a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt and Innovation Master. Time is a precious commodity. A funny thing about time is that if you don't advance with time, you don't stay still, you actually lose to the competitors that advance with time. The time to start is now. U.S. automobile manufacturers used to say that we can see where Toyota is and we can see how to get there, but when they got there, Toyota had moved. Use time as a competitive advantage. Time is really a matter of perspective. Lean business believes that every business should use time as an asset. But how do you use time as a competitive advantage? I can only think of one company that really uses time as a competitive advantage. At one point, the CEO of this company decided to write a book about the company. He couldn't do that because his business was changing so fast that generalizing would not tell the story. The philosophy of that company is to change every process every day. I'm going to discuss 3 significant transformations that after starting will change forever how your business improves. The first change I talk about is the move from mass manufacturing to lean production. This is a project with a specific timeline. The next is a continuous improvement methodology that, when cooked into a culture, becomes a strategic weapon. Lastly, I will discuss a patient safety program that, when implemented by hospitals, saves lives and improves patient outcomes, and lastly, significantly decreases hospital liability costs. All 3 of these examples have a different investment versus benefit rollout profile. Lean production addresses Lean Six Sigma's most foul waste, overproduction. Overproduction leads to an overabundance of inventory. One of the real benefits of moving to a lean production environment is that you accrue benefits and value over time, whether or not you ever end up with a lean production environment. I figure the total transformation time can be somewhere between 2 and 3 years. During the first third of the project, your benefit will ramp up with your implementation schedule. During the next third of the project, it's possible the benefit will ramp up and then continue to accrue forevermore. The last third of the project can be a mixture of both. If performed correctly, elements of this project will give you a step up of performance, and other elements will continue to add on to that. Theoretically, continuous improvement should increase the forward movement and the agility of your business. CI can do this if you select the correct methodology. Ask yourself, will you have a more effective, powerful CI program if it is part of your culture or if it is a bolt-on? The answer to that question is obvious, but there is a cost. Building CI into your culture is much more difficult than just making it a bolt-on project. Earlier, I mentioned that there was only one company that I know of that uses time as a competitive advantage. That company uses CI in their culture to create a near-living system that grows and changes daily. Kata takes an estimated 10 years to implement. The methodology itself is not difficult. The difficulty comes in propagating this into the culture. The advantage is that the company is using all its employees to continuously advance towards predefined targets. They average an accepted CI idea once a quarter from every employee in the company. The Kata CI methodology takes a strong initial investment, and then as the investment tapers off, the methodology accelerates through the company. A patient safety program is designed to improve health outcomes for patients. It is based on Toyota's and-on system, which requires every Toyota employee to halt the assembly line when they detect a product defect. The rollout of this program is different than the prior 2 programs. There is an effort made up front, but the financial benefit accrues at a later date. I can explain it this way. After the start of the program, the patient's positive health outcomes increase, which is an immediate benefit to the patient. As positive patient outcomes increase over time, the costs of poor patient outcomes decrease. Hospitals incur two major costs due to poor patient outcomes: litigation and court costs that are realized through lawyer costs. The other hospital costs that are impacted by patient outcomes is hospital insurance. The benefit of decreased liability insurance and a smaller investment in lawyers is delayed due to the measurement of the impact, which will take time to become credible. Where will your manufacturing business be in 20 years if you don't implement lean production? Time becomes a competitive advantage when it is used to position yourself to improve every process every day and then start improving every process every day. The Kata CI methodology is the single most important competitive advantage that Toyota has. While other companies are advancing by steps, Toyota steps and ramps up with Kata. The patient safety program is not only humanitarian, but financially advantageous. I am Jim Fitzgerald, a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt and Innovation Master. Make time your ally.